Hello again, my lords, ladies, and lieges, to another episode of Zodiac Reads, the series where Zodiac finds things to read on the internet and then, well, he reads them for you. We are once again back on r/RPG horror stories for another quick story for you here. This one about a spiteful DM who takes some personal drama between themselves and the player and takes it out on them in-game. Without further ado, let's get right to the story. When the DM Takes a Sudden Dislike in You, by user 3moongamer. This story happened last year, and still leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Some friends and myself decided to try D&D, as we always wanted to, and we're getting bored of classic board game nights, and COVID kept us inside most weekends. Friends, fun, and snacks, what else could you want? We started with Lost Mines of Fandalin, using the pre-created characters there. Our fighter gave up after a few sessions, and only remained the DM, the wizard, the barbarian, and myself. 3 is more than enough, so we merely finished Lost Mines and Dragons of Icespire, then created our own characters for a brand new Saltmarsh campaign. Which is when the trouble began between the DM and myself. I should preface by explaining that the DM and I had some friendship issues at the time, which created a lot of drama and trouble within our friend group. I wasn't thinking much of it in terms of the game itself. We were still friends, we enjoyed each other's company, so everything should have been fine, right? Right? Things started to get sour very quickly. I was playing a Tiefling Warlock for this new level 1 campaign, and my AC was absolute shit, which meant I often stayed behind our barbarian for protection, blasting eldritch blasts from afar. Still, without fault, the DM would have most enemies target me, over and over. I lost count how many times I had to roll death saves over a very short number of sessions. It was ridiculous. My character was going down, sometimes managing to get back up, then down again almost immediately. There was barely any combat that I finished still standing. It was that bad. And the worst part? The DM was refusing to give me any XP, stating that since I was KO'd at the end of the combat, I was not allowed to get experience from it. Which, now being a DM myself, I know for certain is an absolute load of bullshit. I kept complaining about it, yet she didn't budge and blamed me for picking such a weak character and that I should have known better. It came to a point where the other 2 PCs were level 3 and I was still at level 1. It was that bad. Until I pointed out that I could never toughen up if she didn't allow me to level up alongside the other 2. Her answer? Okay, I'll let you level up so you can stop bitching about it. As if that was not enough, she also snapped at me during one session for guessing the plot twist of the dungeon. I'm a very good note-taker, and I had pieced it together from all the clues and loots, descriptions, and general logic. But no, it meant I was metagaming, cheating, and it was absolutely not okay because there is no way I could have guessed the twist on my own. Guess who went down against the alchemist ghost 5 minutes later? Yeah. Sessions started tapering off, IRL drama not helping, until the DM and another player moved away and we stopped playing games altogether. I now DM my own campaign online, on top of watching different online games, and I realize more and more that she cared less about leading the game right, and more about being the smartest person in the room. Oh well, at least I'm having fun with my own group now. Alas, as much as we like to delude ourselves into thinking that IRL drama won't translate to the game, it most often does. The one bright side to this story is at least the OP wasn't completely put off from playing games again due to, this one really spiteful DM. I would be curious what the other players' perspective on the matter was, whether or not they noticed the same things, or if they were blind to this behavior, or if they just have a very different perspective altogether. It would be very interesting, but for now, I would like to hear everyone else's thoughts on the matter. Please leave a comment or a like or possibly subscribe if you like the video, and I will see you in the next one, my lords, ladies, and lieges. Zodiac, out.